I'm here in Riverside Park up on 122nd Street, where I will discuss Ulysses S. Grant and his tomb. The tomb here is the resting place for the victorious Civil War general and former U.S. President Ulysses S. Grant with his wife, Julia. Grant was a West Point graduate who had served during the Mexican War and other various frontier posts before rapidly rising through the ranks during the Civil War. When he later became U.S. President, he assumed the position with great reluctance. He said that he could not back down and leave it for mere politicians. For that, no matter which party won, would lose to us, largely the costly war which we have gone through. Within the crypt of Grant's tomb are busts depicting his most esteemed lieutenants during the Civil War. This would include William Sherman, George Henry Thomas, Edward Ord, Philip Sheridan, and James B. McPherson. Within the tomb, there are mosaics depicting a few significant events during Grant's tenure as general during the Civil War. This would include his bold victories at the battles of Vicksburg and Chattanooga, in addition to the surrender of Robert E. Lee at the Appomattox. The tomb was designed by architect John Duncan, which is a marble and granite structure which was completed in 1897 and is today the largest mausoleum in North America. And approximately 90,000 people donated over $600,000 for the construction of his tomb, which was the largest public fundraising effort at that time. After Grant served 2 terms as president between 1869 and 1877, he retired and settled here in New York City. He passed away in July of 1885 of throat cancer in Mount McGregor, New York, and laid to rest that August in New York City before the construction of his tomb. By the time Grant's tomb was ready to be dedicated, there was a parade and a ceremony with over 1 million people in attendance. So in fact, I could have been visiting Grant's tomb somewhere here in Central Park. The mayor at the time, William R. Grace, who at one point would serve as the president of the Grant Monument Association, offered to set aside land in one of New York City's parks for Grant's burial, Central Park being one of the choices. The Grant family ultimately chose Riverside Park, which sits upon one of the highest points of elevation in Manhattan and overlooks the Hudson River. If you liked today's episode of 5 Facts, don't forget to like and subscribe.